I think it's time for a little bit of a main course.
I
Queen of flavor herself, Andrea Buckett.
All right, Andrea, what are we doing? Okay, so we're going to do a classic Italian-American dish, chicken piccata.
Oh, so good.
Right? I love it. Like lemon and butter, the best combo, the best friends.
Totally. And anytime you can make a sauce out of the pan, from the pan that you cook the chicken, what a delight.
Come on, it's delicious.
Yes.
But I want to start with our side, and I'm going to do mashed potatoes.
Okay.
So classically, you'd have like pasta on the side of this.
Yeah.
But I think mashed potatoes are a great comfort food.
I definitely think Palentine's all hits in February. Mashed potatoes make sense.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to, salt my water. You might want to stir it up here. I know, Mary, that's a lot of salt,
No,
right?
listen, you know me, I'd probably put in more. Everyone's always like, oh, but I'm like, most of it's going down the drain. It's okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you always want to start your potatoes, and in this case, I want to use Yukon Gold in cold water.
Yes.
Bring it up to the boil, and then cook them until they're nice and fork tender.
Okay, now why Yukon Golds?
Yukon Gold are what are they? They're the workhorse of the kitchen.
Yes.
They are that in between a russet and a waxy new potato, so they can sort of do all the jobs in the kitchen you want them to do.
Yeah, and there's something about that little bit of that kind of yellow color that makes me think they taste like butter.
Oh,
I don't know if it's true, but I'm like, these look buttery.
Placebo effect.
Invented in Guelph, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Go Canada.
Canadian.
What up?
Canada. Okay, so let's talk about the chicken here. So we're going to go boneless, skinless chicken breasts for this. If you get the Mondo ones, you know the ones I'm talking about.
The ones that are like 8 inches thick, and you're like, who are you?
Where did you grow up?
You're going to cut them horizontally in half, and then you're going to get double the chicken for your bang for your buck.
See, I like this. No one's going to know.
Okay, so we're going to put them between some plastic.
Okay.
And we're going to go to town. We're just going to like give them a little pound to make it nice and thin. I love Mary's mallet. This is actually what I use at home too.
Me too. I love my rolling pin.
So we don't want to like make these into like a paper thin piece of chicken.
No.
We're just looking to sort of slightly tenderize them in about 1/4 of an inch to 1/3 of an inch thick.
Okay, and that's the thing. Don't use all your. This is grip strength, not arm strength. Because otherwise, you're gonna blast through that chicken and end up with too many pieces of chicken.
Yeah,
Why am I waving this around? I'm gonna put it down. Okay.
All right, Mary. So I'm going to get you to season the chicken. Really important point here. You want to make sure you season that chicken, even though the sauce is going to be robust in flavor.
Yeah.
You got to season your protein before you cook it. So a little bit of salt.
It's true.
A little bit of peps.
Peps.
Okay.
Love it.
I also season my flour here.
Oh, I like that. Well, because a lot of the seasoning in the flour does fall off into the pan.
Yeah,
we are making a
absolutely.
pan sauce, so it's good to get it kind of all around.
Yeah. So now this is classic piccata. So all I'm going to do is dredge it in flour. I know some people love to add some Parmesan cheese to it. I would stay away from like your panko or your breadcrumbs because it takes it into like schnitzel territory.
Schnitzel or like chick parm territory. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's not what we're making right now.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. We have some butter in our pan.
It smells so good.
A little bit of oil.
Yeah.
Because we all know butter's for flavor, but oil helps to keep that temp down.
Yeah.
And then simple dredge. You know what? You want to dredge yours and I'll dredge mine?
Yeah.
You know, we're pals in
Look
the
at this.
kitchen.
Pals in the kitchen. 2 pairs of tongs. We got it. Yeah.
All right, and then I'm going to lay it in the pan, always away from you. That way you don't get that splatter.
I love that. That's a really key thing. I think a lot of times when we're nervous of cooking with hot oil, hot fat, it is just about how you place it in the pan.
People want to like dump it and then run away.
No, people want to pretend they're on the bear too, and I was like, don't do it. Just like gentle.
Yeah, just be kind to your chicken.
Dun, 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 dun.
Now you want this hot enough because you want it to get nice and golden brown on the outside.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be like, I don't know, I call it like this gross white
Yes.
like you don't want that.
No, this is I was saying this earlier in rehearsal. I was talking about how you don't want it to look like this region of me in the wintertime. Or anytime. You know when you go on that holiday, maybe coming around in February, March, and then you're in your toot, we call it a toot, it's a bathing suit, sorry. That's what we call it in my house, and you're just like, here I am. Anyway, what a day. Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna let this go. You're gonna cook it on both sides so it's nice and golden brown. We have our oven set at 250 because you're gonna transfer those to the oven just so they can sit and stay nice and cozy.
Okay, I like that.
While you cook the rest of the meal.
Perfect. So we'll get those, we get them flipped, and then once we flip those, what are we left with in that pan?
So you got those golden little bits that flour has toasted up a little bit. You've got that chicken deliciousness. So we're gonna build our pan. We've had a few of Evelyn's cocktails. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna build our sauce right here in the pan. So I've gone in with about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of chicken stock.
Oh, nice.
You could use wine as well.
I have done wine before, yeah.
Wine's also delicious, but I'm also gonna use about 1/2 cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice, which is really gonna bring that acidity.
I love that.
Yeah, so we're gonna let that simmer.
Okay.
And then it's gonna simmer down to about half its quantity. And then we're gonna mount the sauce with some butter, Mary.
Mount the sauce. It's a different holiday.
I know.
Okay, yeah.
So here we go. Here we got some cold butter. Now, cold butter is key.
No, yeah. So what is this doing?
So essentially, it's enriching the sauce and creating a thick sauce that will become velvet, so it can sort of, enrobe that chicken in gorgeous sauce. It'll stick to the chicken a little bit
It's
better.
the thing when you go to a restaurant and you get that butter sauce, whether it's on ravioli or something, and it's somehow thick but not just like
Loopy?
spreadable butter. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to just whisk this in, and in the meantime, I'll get you to grab our capers.
I love a caper.
You can chop these up, but honestly, I like them whole.
Me too.
They're gonna add that briny little punch that we love and sort of like amplify that citrusy lemon juice in there as well.
Okay, we're gonna get this simmering. We're mounting the sauce. We're doing our thing.
So we kept that chicken just in the oven because it helps keep everything warm until you're ready to go to the table, and it's like a no-brainer. Our sauce has reduced by half, which I love, and then we're gonna tuck and nestle those chicken breasts right back in there, Mary. So
Look at how
beauty.
good these look.
Yeah. Right, and they're not too thin, right? And they're not too massive. I've seen chicken piccatas that are like mondo, which is also, I'm not mad about it.
No, I'm not mad about it either.
But like,
But
you gotta.
Palentine's Day, maybe you
Yeah.
want 2 pieces of chicken piccata, so you do it a little smaller and you can have more.
Exactly. So I'm just going to
Oh my
pour
gosh,
this
Andrea,
sauce over top.
Look at that.
Let them sit there. You can sort of turn the heat off, and then we're going to turn our attention to the mashed.
Okay.
Now you're going to get Andrea Buckett's foolproof, creamiest mashed potatoes using a masher. Okay?
Nice.
Yes.
We're going old school. We're going old school. I love it.
Now, I know some chefs will have you believe that you absolutely need a ricer
Mm-hmm.
to do this. You don't. The key is you want to mash your potatoes almost all the way and before you add any of your add-ins.
Okay.
Okay, so that gives it the lightness and fluffiness without creating a lot of starch in there.
See, I like that because that's the thing. Sometimes people will overwork it and then it gets
Yes.
gluey, and you don't want gluey. Yeah.
All right, so my add-ins here for this is butter.
Obviously.
Right, because we
simply
want to like
must.
accentuate that butter that we have going on in the sauce.
Yeah, you have to mimic the sauce. So we've got how much butter's in here?
Oh, I
Some
don't wanna
butter, and we're
say.
putting it
A quarter of a cup or something?
Nice, I love it. Listen, it's a butter sauce. It's fine.
Exactly, some butter and some more butter.
Yeah.
Measurements. And then we're going to go in with some sour cream.
Okay.
Now, another creamy condiment that I like to add in here sometimes is plain yogurt.
Oh, I like
but
that.
it has a lot of acidity, so it's good for things like beef stew because it sort of balances the richness of a stew.
Yeah.
But here we have so much acidity in the chicken, we're just going to stick with plain old sour cream.
I like that. It's funny because you would think sour cream would be more sour than
Right.
yogurt based on the name, but it's really not. Yogurt, very punchy.
Yeah.
Now, I'm telling you,
Can I
you're
add
going to whip
salt?
this in, and I'm going to go to
Wow.
town. Now, I used to be a corporate chef, so I used to do a lot of this.
Did you ever do it in like a pot that was the size of like a bathtub for a baby?
Once or twice.
You know when you see people and you go, I don't know if you've ever been to a kitchen supply store and you see a masher and
yep.
it's like this big. And it's just, yeah.
Okay, and finally, we're going to add some chives to this. Now, don't just go ahead and chop in like 1 or 2 chives.
No.
Like, really go for the gusto, because you want to have that sort of oniony flavor in there.
That green oniony
Yeah.
flavor for
I'm
sure.
going to guess we have about 1/4 of a cup of chives in there.
Beautiful.
Also, y'all always tell me that, like, what am I going to do with these chives? You told me to use them in a recipe, and now I have half a pack left.
Yes.
Use them up like it's an ingredient.
100%.
Yeah.
Or put them in, I love chopping them up, putting them in salads, really doing whatever with chives. They're
You
so,
got it.
so good.
It smells so, honestly,
Oh,
we could just
amazing.
gather around here with a little
we?
spoon.
That's what we
right?
usually do at
I mean,
Palentine's Day anyway.
I mean, let's go over here. Let's plate it so we can show the people that we can be civilized and not just eat on
right.
the couch. Yes.
All right, so I'm going to
Oh, look
lay
at that
down. Hold on, let me just,
texture.
you know what, let's do this a little fancy for our friends.
Oh, we're going a little fun.
And I'm just gonna put
a little divot.
a little divot,
Okay.
right?
I'm so glad we're friends.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
On top?
on top,
Okay, let's do it. Right
beauty,
on top.
and then pour as much or as little
my
of that
God.
butter
Oh my
lemon
goodness.
sauce.
Look at this.
Come on, right?
On. Get out of
Yeah, get out
town,
of town.
Andrea
Isn't that nice?
Buckett. All right, I'm gonna pop this here. Ladies, would you like to come
Oh
up?
my God, yes.
Oh.
I'm going potato. I'm
Are we
going
going-
potato. I
should I-
gotta
want me
get-
to bring it here?
I got another
Oh.
fork and knife.
I mean, I'll just use the spoon here because I think that's what the chefs can use.
I'm coming with more spoons than we need.
Coating on top of it.
Here you go. Shall we potato?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. I am very excited. This is actually what a hangout at my house looks like, and I'm feeling very good about it, ladies.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, so good. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.